Yo, what is up everyone? Bullitt here today, and today we are going to be reviewing the $1.45 million fictional Ferrari Classic. So, this car, I'm not actually really sure what it is. It's a Ferrari, something. And, this car is $1.45 million. So it's definitely not the cheapest thing. But it is new and it's also fictional too. So this car last time, or at least last message I saw, it's kind of a combination of a couple cars. I'm not quite sure what cars those are, but yeah, that's how we got this fictional Ferrari. So this car is, as we could tell, a convertible and has no roof at all, so you can't put that up. It's decently new and has a really nice interior, and it's actually modeled very well, as you could see if we come back here. Um, we have this really nice looking exhaust system right down there. Above that, we have the taillights and kind of back grille area. The engine might be in the back, I'm not too sure, but if you look right here, we got this huge tank. This is the fuel tank. If you zoom in over there, well, first off, you got the frame of the car there, and then you got a little thing to bring the wires for the rear tail lights. And this is the fuel tank. Yes, I can tell it is because it does connect to that thing up there. So that's pretty cool. As for the inside really of the car, there's a lot of suspension work. Even in the front, there's a little bit of suspension work up there. You can kind of see, just pretty cool. So the general frame of the car. And then on the interior, we got a nice manual tranny here, with some buttons which look like race buttons. Um, Gauge cluster, steering wheel, generally smooth interior. Unsure of what this wire thing is. But yeah, pretty interestingly nice car. Um, and then there's your key slot, which is for some reason off to the side. Weird. Pretty interesting car here. So yeah, let's get straight into it. All right, so coming down here, if we go into the interior of the car, again, we've already been over this stuff. Very nice seating textures here, as we can see on the headrest behind us. Along with the seats here, we got bucket seats. Um, Pretty nice interior kind of textures and detail here. Um, of course, there's not too much. This is a 1962 car, so there's not very much, and it looks like a race car too, so not surprised that there's not that much there. So, this car is pretty small, as we can tell, because my feet are sticking out the bottom. This car is pretty nice sounding, which if we come over to here, we can start it up. So it kind of sounds like those limited vehicles, if you know what I'm talking about. Pretty cool. And nothing really interesting. I think if I press G and N, I don't think anything interesting happens. Nope, nothing interesting happens on the car at all. So nothing interesting with the G and N keys there. We got turn signals there, on the back, reverse lights there on the back, and hazards there on the back, along with the brake lights on the top, portion of the circle. In the front, we have turn signals right there, and hazards also right there. We also have the lights, normal and bright, right there in the front. You can't really tell the difference right now, on the headlights at least, of normal and bright. If we come back here, we can also rev the car, which sounds pretty decent. So there you go. And this car is, again, a mixture of multiple different cars from what I last saw. So it's kind of hard to really tell what it is supposed to be, but it is really nice and sleek design. So, if we come over to the dealer, well, we're not going to, but I'll have a little price thing up on screen, and as you guys can see, the car is $1.45 million. So now the question is it worth it? Well, here we're currently in the car, right? And although you may not think this car is actually that fast, you may have seen my plate, Fast Boy. This car is actually a bit faster, maybe more than a bit faster than you think. So if we come out already here to the main road, first off, we're already at 60 after kind of just chilling, cruising. Come out over here to the main road over here, and if we do get ready and rev, we can get pretty high speeds pretty quickly. And this car comes with a top speed of 165 miles per hour. This car has no traction control, ESC or ABS. So that is, well, I mean, this is a classic car, so I don't really know what you guys thought. But yeah, it's also got really good brakes, we can see. It doesn't have the best traction. You can't do donuts in it, but it doesn't have the best traction. Also, I'm sorry for the lag. I have absolutely no idea why it's doing this again. It used to do this, and it stopped, kind of. Now it's doing it again. But yeah, it's really, fast, actually. So this car is definitely something you're not going to see a lot of people with. You guys can also add a 0 to 60 timer on this, figure out the 0 to 60 time and top speed time, so I'll slow it down here real quick. I'll have the editor put a 0 to 60 time here up on screen. Let me make sure I'm fully stopped, and there we go. So 0 to 60, there we go, and then 0 to top. I'll have that time up on screen. And the drag time is about 10 seconds on this car, so that's pretty nice. I'll have an exact time up on screen too. The braking is also really well. How quickly the car braked from going from top speed to 0. But yeah, this car does have a bit of understeer at higher speeds, but is actually really good at steering at low speeds. It's pretty nice, actually, this car. Now, is it worth the $1.45 million? I'm gonna have to go with it really more depends, but in my opinion, yes. Now, the reason I say this is because if you think about it, this car is actually decently fast for its age, and not only that, but it's a car that literally, like, no one has. Like, sometimes you'll see people with a Pagani or a Carrera GT, cars like that are more known and cool. But to be honest, I definitely think this is a car that if you want to flex, or just want to go have a car that not very many people have and look rich, this is definitely a car to do it in. As we know, there's the other Mercedes, which I forgot exactly how much it is, but I'll have that up on screen. That car is expensive, but there's not really much to it. This car comes with an interior, really quick speed, really quick braking, and generally, it's just really, really fun to have and just, you know, drive around. And it's also a really good car to just go flex with, you know, if that's what you really want to do. Make you look rich, you know. Now, of course, I have a whole bunch of hypercars. Obviously, we got the GT, the where is it? The Carrera GT, the Pagani. You know, I have all those cars and many more, as we can see here. I did also sell my Speedtail. I'm not really going to go into detail as to why, but essentially that car was just kind of like a waste of my money. Never drove it. Wasn't the fastest car in the game. I have faster cars for cheaper. Really old model, you know, it wasn't the best. But definitely this car, I would actually say, is more worth it than the Speedtail. It may not be as fast and as quick as the Speedtail, but this thing has an interior, a newer design, even though it may be fictional. It's also got the design of multiple cars, making it really kind of different than the rest of the cars. And it's the last Ferrari back on, or that, not back, but the last Ferrari, quote-unquote Ferrari on sale. And as we can see, it's got decently bad understeer. It's really, really fun to drive. Like, you can have lots of fun driving this. It is a bit hard to control at times, which you can kind of tell, and but yeah, it's really just generally a fun car to have. Fast, fun, old car. There are definitely cars that are faster than this for cheaper, but The thing I think that just sets this one apart is its design, how new it is, the way the interior is, and well, of course, definitely the price. Um, I would honestly say though that definitely if you have the money, this is a car you should definitely go check out. It's got really nice sounds, really nice design, really nice like everything. You know, I don't have like if any very many like critiques about this car. I mean, obviously we got the critique that the my foot it goes to the floor, but like what really else is there to say about this car? I mean, the price. But the price is just generally basing it off of what the car would have been in real life. And definitely, I would say that this is something that would actually be really cool to have, you know? I mean, you don't see this car driving around ever in Greenville. In fact, I've never seen it driving around ever, even when it first came out. And so, to say you have this and to kind of flex it around would be pretty cool, especially if you just if you have the money and you want to flex on your friends, you know? Definitely a really cool car to do that with. Of course, you also got the really nice sounds here. You know, classic engine type sounds. But, it's really honestly cool. Definitely gotta be one of the better cars that I've reviewed. I definitely gotta say, money-wise, I think it should be a bit cheaper, for sure. But, I think I can generally see this car being still a really good car to have, whether it be cheap or not. If you got the money for it, I definitely suggest, you know, going for it. Really nice car, really nice model. Definitely going to be keeping this car for a long time to come. But, yeah, that is the review. Oh, but real quick, before I finish this, I do want to give you guys the name of the car. 1962 Chiara Berlinetta GT. You need the sports pass, and it's $1.45 million. And as you can see, this is the one I was talking about, the Stuttgart Munster from 1955, $1.287 million. And this car definitely isn't quite worth it. When you go buy it, this one I gotta say is worth it. Only one trim, the base trim with only one rim option, the wire spoke rim. Top speed again of 165, 300 horsepower, 13.8 miles per gallon, 2,168 pounds. Rear wheel drive, seats 2, designed by Dallas ST and Wow O2. So yeah, we also got the color options of pure green, red hot, Maranello red, black, silver metallic, brown, darkened blue, fancy green, gray blue, and white. But yeah, now that's going to be all for today's video. So if you guys did enjoy today's video, then please leave a like and subscribe. It does help me out. And then don't forget to join my Discord down below so you know when I post new videos like this one. But yeah, with that everyone, have a great day, and I'll see you guys again next time. Goodbye.